everybody, it's Sarah. Thank you so much for joining me today. A lot of people have been asking what's going to happen in 2024. What can we expect, and what about some major issues going on in the world? What's happening? I'm doing astrology and energy readings for each sign, but in the meantime, we need to look at the eclipse season for 2024 to get a better handle on what's going on globally. In 2024, there will be a full moon lunar eclipse in Libra on March the 25th. A relationship or situation that began at the October 14th, 2023 Ring of Fire eclipse could come to an end now. And you know that situation or that relationship that started during this time, well, it might be reaching its conclusion. You probably will feel this way before the eclipse. With Venus cozying up to Saturn and Pisces during this time of the eclipse, it's going to cause us to take a pause and look at our relationships, especially the ones that haven't been the best fit from the beginning. And you're probably going to ask yourself, are you a good match? And now that the initial magic has worn off, are you still compatible? Do you have common values? Are you still interested in each other? And eclipse energy in astrology is considered to be game-changing energy. Eclipses are powerful plot twists, and these events occur when the sun, earth, and moon align in a way that the moon temporarily blocks out the sun's light, casting a shadow on the earth. This alignment creates a powerful surge of energy that can influence our lives and shake things up. The purpose is to get us to take overdue action and make course corrections that we've been dragging our feet on for whatever reason. So it could be that you've been having second thoughts about this relationship, but the other person is so nice and so kind, you don't want to hurt them. Or something along those lines is stopping you from really digging into the relationship and making changes, or at least even discussing it. So at this juncture, we're going to see behaviors and situations come up where really you're going to have to make some decisions. Solar eclipses, like the Ring of Fire on October the 14th of 2023, often mark new beginnings. They're like the universe hitting the reset button, giving us a chance to start fresh. It's like planting a seed and watching it come to fruition. And they usually impact new experiences, new relationships, and new projects. Lunar eclipses, which usually occur 2 weeks before or after a solar eclipse, often bring endings and closures. So they're like the universe saying, okay, it's time to wrap this up and get going. We've got other things to do. During the lunar eclipse, the Earth passes between the sun and the moon, casting a shadow on the moon and symbolizing the climax of a certain aspect of our lives. All of this is an orchestrated dance, but when we're in the middle of it, it feels like chaos. And when we combine these eclipse energies with Venus and Saturn doing a cosmic dance with Pisces, we see that we've got the perfect recipe for a relationship reality check. So if you've been stretching yourself too thin in connection with the Ring of Fire eclipse from October of 2023, then this might be the time to reassess and reflect on what you're doing. And not just in your romantic relationships. Are you overgiving? Are you oversharing? Are you helping people too much to your own detriment? Also, it could be you're overworking. Have you been putting in unpaid time at work, or are you taking work home and not getting the credit you deserve? Those types of things are going to come up during this eclipse and make us face them, like it or not. Eclipses can shine a spotlight on what's working and what's not. So helping you make the necessary changes to find balance and fulfillment in these areas of your life. And it will feel uncomfortable because these are things we don't want to address, but they really need to be addressed for us to move forward. So in a nutshell, the powerful force of eclipses combined with the influence of Venus and Saturn can encourage us to reevaluate and, if needed, end relationships or situations that we've outgrown. This is especially true if this situation or relationship has served its purpose, or if it requires adjustments that for whatever reason can't be made at this time. It's all part, like I say, of a longer journey, and understanding these celestial events can help us navigate our lives with more insight and clarity. And you won't feel so lost while these things are happening. So that's why it's important to gather as much information and stay calm as you can during an eclipse. Following that eclipse, we have a new moon solar eclipse in Aries on April April the 8th. And this is really going to be impactful because this eclipse is about healing and reconnecting with yourself. This fiery eclipse is closely aligned with Chiron in Aries, and it's like a cosmic wake-up call to address the relationship you have with yourself. Did you release your own dreams or put your own dreams on the back burner to go after somebody else's goals, or to put your full attention on someone else and let some of the things you wanted to do slide? And if you have done this, how can you get them back? The other thing is, have you been coasting through life and really not working towards your own fulfillment? If so, it's time to take a step back and look at what happened and acknowledge that you deserve to be happy too, and that your dreams have meaning, and then find a way where you can move forward and pursue them, especially if you've put your own desires on hold to make other people happy. This eclipse will open new opportunities for those who can recognize this and change their pattern. If this is a difficult life change for you, then yeah, we're probably going to see some resistance, and we're also probably going to see folks on an emotional roller coaster during this eclipse. But it may be the only way that this message can come forward. In other words, this upheaval needs to happen to address that you're not fully engaged in your own life. That's going to be a big one. We have a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces on September the 17th. So fast forward to September, and we have this powerful eclipse is like a grand finale of the process that began in the spring of 2023 when Saturn first entered Pisces. So it's all about breaking down the structures that no longer serve us. This could include the patriarchy, news and media outlets, and special interest groups. And businesses that are saying one thing and doing something else will probably be exposed during this time, from greenwashing to human rights. So major announcements and dramatic secrets will be uncovered. Lots of dramatic stuff happening in the news. So what makes this alignment even more impactful is that Jupiter in Gemini and Neptune in Pisces are part of the celestial mix. Together they create a T-square with the eclipse and potentially making it significant on a global level. So this one is going to not so much hit you personally, but globally. It's an astrological event that promises change and transformation, and it's going to be uncomfortable for a lot of people because it's businesses, people, celebrities, politicians that they believe in are going to probably be exposed for doing some underhanded things. So this could cause a ripple out into the cosmos with people wondering, well, what's next? And oh my gosh, how could they have done this? And so there's a lot of upheaval that way. But it also gives us a chance to step back and look at the bigger picture, that maybe we're giving too much admiration and adoration to politicians and celebrities, and too much of our trust and faith into corporations or businesses that aren't really giving anything back. So it's going to be a big lesson. It's going to be a difficult lesson, but a big one that needs to happen to clear some of this corruption out of the way to make room for better things to come. So there will be a new moon solar eclipse in Libra on October the 2nd. In early October, we have the final eclipse in the Aries-Virgo axis, and it marks the closing chapter of our work on improving our relationships. This eclipse is influenced by the asteroid Juno and black moon Lilith, and it's like a cosmic push to get real on what's holding us back. So this will, of course, bring up hidden emotions, long forgotten trauma, and things that we have decided we're not going to deal with. All of that's likely to come to the surface. So this is a great time to do shadow work, and many people will experience a deep healing as they experience shadow work, even though they may not even know they're doing it. Yeah, disenfranchised parts of ourselves or experiences come to the light. And like it or not, this is the time to do this deep healing. Globally, there will probably be more secrets revealed in the media, and politicians and celebrities are likely to be called out for their past actions. During this type of energy, there's always the possibility of more violence. So lean in with people and be there to help them sort out their feelings rather than just react. Keep an open mind, stay grounded, and know that this too shall pass, and that what's going on in the world at large may not be something that you can affect, but you can affect what's happening around you with the people in your life and the people that are in your orbit. So be there for them. Be present, be grounded, and be a calming voice during this upheaval. I will, of course, talk more about these alignments when we get closer to the dates, but yeah, I don't want this to be all doom and gloom. Cosmic events like this, like eclipses, are big game changers. You need to be aware of what's coming, but you also need to know that you're going to be safe. You're going to be fine, especially if you're doing the work and you're doing what you know you should be doing. So if that little voice inside, that intuition is telling you, it's time to end this relationship, or it's time to change jobs, or it's time to move across the country or across the world, then it's probably heading you in the right direction now, which will make it easier than if you ignore it until the eclipse happens. So obviously you have the tools you need to make it through this, or it wouldn't be happening. So this is something that's going to affect us globally, which is needed too. As we get closer, I'll talk more about each eclipse. If you have a question or a comment, leave it in the comment section below. I always look forward to reading your comments, and it usually sparks a good conversation. Stay tuned for the next video. Reiki blessings!